Good evening. My name is Carla Thompson, and I'll be your host tonight for In Our Community. I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to Bob and Dewan Zaroon, and they're going to introduce their characters from the Great Dickens Fair.
Well, I am Mrs. Garland, an imaginary character from Your Curiosity Shop, written in 1841.
And my name is P.C. Filbert Updegrove. I'm just one of the characters at the fair. I am a peeler.
Hey, you need to tell us what a peeler is.
A peeler was a gentleman. It was the first organized police force organized by Robert Peel. And later on, when we changed our helmets, they called us Bobbies, named after Robert Peel again.
And could you explain your costumes?
Right.
Let's start with Mrs. Garland.
Oh, thank you. You know, ladies first, always.
Yes.
Well, being an imaginary character from Mr. Dickens' novels, I am dressed in 1850 London style. I do have, well, we won't go into that because I am a lady, shoes and socks, and the proper lady undergarments, and I have a cotton day dress, my lace shawl, because you always have something on your shoulders. I have a day cap. You can see it peeking out ever so slightly from my hat, and my proper bonnet. So, always gloves, because you're always covered, because you never know. London is a very dirty place.
And to our peeler.
Yeah. Well, this is my uniform. Robert Peel insisted we wear blue. Because we didn't want to be confused with the sailors or the army, and he wanted to make sure we were a separate entity. I have my bullseye lantern. This runs on whale oil, which is a little hard to find nowadays. Of course, I got my baton, and I have a whistle, which is very helpful. Now, this is brand new, you know. This is nice and shiny. That's because it was replaced recently, because we used to use a rattle. If you wanted to get a hold of somebody, one of your fellows out there on patrol, then you just shook this. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want anybody else running in here.
Why, thank you. Now, what is the Great Dickens Fair, Christmas Fair?
Well, I think the best way to describe it is a Christmas card come to life. It's a Victorian era Christmas. Every day that you're there, it's the day before Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, around 7 o'clock.
Yes, it's true. It's a wondrous place. There's acres and acres of shopping and food and, just breathtaking characters to see. Most of Dickens' book characters are there, and you'll see several things going on all the time.
Yes, don't forget the theatre.
Oh, yes, there's 10 theatres. You can even see the opera. Mr. Garland and I love seeing the opera. It is so breathtaking. And then there is the ale house down. I'm sure that's where you attend.
Right.
The other east side of London, I don't go down there.
You must be referring to Mad Sal's.
Yes. I do like to go waltzing at Fezziwig's Parlor, too. There are people that help you waltz, too, and there's parlor games.
Well, where can I find the Dickens Fair at? Is there one around here?
Well, Dickens Fair is in South San Francisco, up at the Cow Palace, although I don't see much royalty in cows. And
it's a strange name.
It's a strange name you have here in the colonies, but you're strange people anyway.
They're independent now.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
They should have stayed with us, but we're independent now.
We still accept being called the colonies. You know, there is still a love between the two countries. Now, what dates would the Dickens Fair be available?
Well, we start the week before your holiday, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then Thanksgiving weekend, we start the day after Thanksgiving, your holiday.
It's a Friday, isn't it not?
It is a Friday.
Yes. And we carry on until the last Sunday before Christmas.
What times can I attend the Dickens Fair?
Oh, my word. You could come at 10 a.m. and stay till 7, and you would not have a thing that you've repeated. You would be so busy. There is a special, though, that if you come later in the afternoon, there's a special price to come in later and still enjoy the fun. So if you've had something to do during the day, you can still come in the evening.
Well, that's marvelous. How did the Dickens Fair get started?
Well,
Do it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Ladies first, you know. Well, Ron and Phyllis Patterson created the first Renaissance fairs in the early 60s, one in Southern California and one in Northern California. And they do love Victorian time period, and they loved Christmas. And so they combined those magical Christmas card visions and Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, which is so popular at the time. And they created the environment of recreating 1850 London in San Francisco. It's great fun. You'll see chimney sweeps, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, and you kiss them. I've heard it's good luck. I would never do it myself. However, let's see, there's book characters. You'll see David Copperfield and Nicholas Nickleby. And, all day long, you can see the Christmas Carol appear through the streets, Marley dragging his chains. And I did hear Scrooge walks with ghosts, but being neither drunk nor Irish, I cannot see them. Sometimes the children can see them. And Oliver Twist is there, and the Artful Dodger, so you have to watch your pocketbooks. And then there's a toy parade and the Father Christmas parade. And I sing in that one. It's my favorite. You can even see the Father Christmas loud.
Well,
There are even rumors that the Queen and her consort, Albert, will come through the fair on occasion and do their shopping.
I do love seeing those children.
Yes.
They're all little stair steps, and even went in a pram with the nanny and the governess, and it's a parade in itself, just seeing that family march by.
how long has the Dickens Fair been going on?
Well, I think it was, what was it, 1970s they started, was it not?
The year of our Lord.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and they have been continuing it on. It is now run by Phyllis and Ron's son and his wife and family. It's been a family affair. That's the one thing they've kept, and they've made it true to its heart.
Now, if I should choose to attend the Dickens Fair, would I have to dress up like a lady Londoner of the time?
Oh, goodness, no. That would be silly. You would have to wear clothes, of course, because to be polite, you know.
Oh.
There are several guests that do come in costumes, or their version. It is America, and they do have strange visions. But you do not have to come, but in a comfortable clothing. Lots of walking shoes, because there is 3 acres of walking. And to get to the tea house, it's at the far end, and it's a lot of walking to get there.
Yes. It's, of course, we're in costume, and there's about 800 of us around town.
That live in London, yes.
That live in London at this time. So you'll see us all over, and we will be in period costume. However, it is not mandatory that the customers do it.
No.
Our visitors are more than welcome to, and we see a great variety.
Yes. Do you remember when those people came from the colonies and they had just struck gold? They were from, what was that place called?
California.
Yes. And they had the most unusual clothing on, and just almost rags, but they had gold in their pockets. Oh, it was just amazing. They said they just dug it out. I can't even imagine.
We've had other Americans too. Your Poe,
yes.
Edgar Allan Poe has been there.
Yeah.
He's mostly drunk at the alehouse, but he's a lovely man.
Mr. Samuel Colt.
Yeah, he does an exhibit, the Crystal Palace exhibit, that Prince Albert's vision of all the art and science is being displayed next year in 1852. So we have a taste of what it would be like. And so he has come to show us his what are they called? Revolving.
A repeating pistol.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
I think he eventually called it a revolver.
It may be. It may be.
He's a very interesting man, but he talks funny. And who is that gentleman with all the fringe? And he had a lady who shot rifles.
Oh, he was named after some animal that they got down here. Bison Cody? No, Buffalo.
Yes, yes.
Buffalo Bill Cody.
And
that was him.
That lovely lady, Annie Oakley, she sometimes shows up. I don't think the circus is going to be in town this year. I'm not sure.
I don't know. The Wild West show?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had real engines and everything.
Okay. Is there anything else that I would be able to see at the fair?
Oh, what couldn't you see? Well, besides me, I'm usually at the front gate greeting people as they come in the morning. And then I run around the streets, and my primary job is to keep Christmas in my heart. So if you're lost, I will show you where to go. And I tidy bows, and I fix packages, and I deliver them for stores and pick them up. It's amazing. Let's see, what else could they see? Oh, well, the 7 stages, the opera, the Penny Dreadfuls, the Father Christmas stage.
There are activities for children.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
And there are activities.
What kind of activities for children?
Oh, there's wonderful games there. One of my favorites, my young'un likes to play Boot the Cat.
Oh.
How does one play Boot the Cat?
Well, they give you a boot, and you get to throw it at a cloth cat. We don't do anything with real cats. They don't stand still long enough. But we got these cloth ones, and you try to knock them down.
You know how they yowl at night.
Oh, yes.
Right.
And there's another. Oh, they can paint ornaments. They can make a fairy house.
Don't forget the merry-go-round.
Oh, there's a merry-go-round.
There's a
Yes,
merry-go-round.
My gosh, there's many things to do.
Oh, yes. Isn't there an inventor, too, they could go talk to? There's sailors to sing with down at the wharf. And there's the Adventurers Club. You could actually see some of the new, they're rather risque artists. You know that they have people just dressed in shears with a corset on. It's shocking. But you can take an art lesson down at the Adventurers Club. And
Prince Albert has also talked about military strategy.
at Waterloo, I heard.
Waterloo?
Mr. Kipling has been there to read part of his book.
Yes.
Not too long ago, he read Rikki Tikki Tavi.
Which is one of the favorite books of his.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Children love it.
Mr. Dickens does pop in. There is a Dickens family parlor. So during the day, you can meet the whole Dickens real family and watch them have tea. It's breathtaking. Oh, there is a tea house.
Oh, Cuthbert's Tea.
Yes.
Yes, it's a nice place to pop in.
Oh, I do like stopping and having some mash and mud over at the roast beef and the roasted chestnuts.
You might explain to our audience what mash and mud is.
Oh, American.
Remember,
Mash
we're
and mud.
Americans.
Right.
Well, it's...
You take a potato and you mash it.
Okay.
Then you add some gravy. That's your mud.
Oh, so that explains
So you
it.
probably call it mashed potatoes with gravy.
They have no class, but it's usually called mash and mud.
We call it mash and mud. You could
Okay.
get a toad in a hole,
Yeah.
shepherd's pie.
Could you?
I like the milk and cookies.
Oh, those are wonderful.
Yes.
What is the toad? Is that one of the most popular foods?
Oh, probably right there along with fish and chips.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Now, that one we understand.
There's Italian
Right.
and there's Greek. There's a full-on Christmas dinner that they can come and enjoy. You have to have reservations. Party hats and all. It's amazing.
Crackers. They got crackers.
Yes, crackers.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
really fun. And then they all wear party hats and they all sit around the table just like they were family and have a lovely beef dinner. Or was it quail or duck?
It could be.
Yeah.
Be.
Yes, you can
Hard
get
to
duck,
say.
quail.
Well, I imagine it's like our Christmas dinners. We all choose a different meat. Sometimes
go.
we have
Yes.
more than one meat for our Christmas dinner.
Now, the good sir, down by the jail where you work, isn't there that puppeteer that's rather strange?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a puppeteer there that has some very strange creatures.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of creatures?
Well, there's one called Krampus. I don't know if you have a Krampus here.
Yeah.
I don't.
Krampus is, I always say Mr. Krampus has gotten that far yet.
No.
No.
I do like to go shopping with Mr. Garland. It is just, there is so many things I can't even explain. There's a lovely weaver, and the clothing, and every so often there's an ale house so you can get a little hot toddy to fortify yourself. And of course,
Don't forget the bookshop.
oh, the bookshop, I do love it.
Tell me about the bookshop.
Oh, current novels of the day, and print paperwork, and they do have teacups and games, 2 card games with Alice in Wonderland and things. And I did see a young lady in a blue pinafore chasing a rabbit one day. Did you see that, sir?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I thought I was dreaming it. And then there's a children's parade with little toys, and there's little ballerinas.
If I should bring a child with me, would that child be allowed to participate in the parade?
Well, they can follow along and sing with us.
Ah,
And
that would be such fun.
there's carolers all through the day, all through the fair, and you can always heartily sing with them. And if you know the sailing songs, my great-grandpa was a sailor, so he taught me some of them. I sometimes join in the more calmer ones with the sailors down on the dock.
Now, there is something for adults, too. We have something known as the Saucy French Postcards.
Oh, good God, Lord.
Oh, yes, but you must be over 18 to go into that.
Wait, I think Mrs. Garland is getting the
Oh, you
vapors.
got a little vapor there.
I'm shocked.
Shocked. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, let me fix this just a little bit. There you go.
Oh, you've got me all askew.
All a flutter.
Yeah,
Please,
I
sir,
will take
you're
it that there is a way more adult-themed part of the
must be
fair.
18.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Boy, well, I can speak from experience. And you need to go in. If you want tickets, they are free, but you have to go in early to pick them up. And you can pick them up at the telegraph office. We always recommend that you get there early and pick those up first.
Oh, tell him about the secret.
Oh, speaking of being there early, as Ms. Garland said earlier, we open at 10.
Yes.
However, if you're there about 45 minutes early, we let in the first 150 people.
Yes.
They get to go into Fezziwig's warehouse,
So much fun.
and they get to meet Mr. Dickens
Himself.
himself
Yes.
and many of his book characters.
Yes.
I mean, I could go meet Ebenezer.
You could meet Ebenezer, Oliver Twist, the Cratchit family is
So
there.
cute. That little tiny Tim is just adorable.
Yeah. Marley, he's a bit standoffish, you know.
Well, I think he's a little past his prime.
He is.
Oh, the Nicklebys are very nice. Mrs. Nickleby and her son, they've just come into London to talk to the uncle about his inheritance. And Mr. David Copperfield, I hear
And Pip.
Yes, and Pip. And well, then there's those girls, the sisters at Fezziwig's, who have all those suitors.
So it's a wonderful chance to see them. And then they open the curtains and you walk out into London.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's wonderful there.
Do you have any suggestions for our viewers to help them enjoy the fair?
Oh, well, besides getting there early, I think you should plan on spending time. It's not something you can rush through. And, take your time in all the shops. There are unusual items you won't find hardly anywhere else.
Well, it's London, and we always have top-notch, prime shops. And they are breathtaking. If you're looking for a specific Christmas present, those artisans are breathtaking. Jewelry and clothing and I love the hats.
So,
I myself
Yes.
love going through. I like to get the lemon curd, and I get my whiskey cake and my Christmas pudding.
Yes.
I always make sure I get that so I can have that Christmas Day.
There's a special bakery that they make the most exquisite Christmas pudding that you put a little hard sauce over, which you make with a rum. But once you cook it, all the
Oh, the rum
rum-
gets cooked off.
Yes.
Yeah, you
But the
get
taste
the
remains.
flavor.
Yes. Roasted chestnuts are my favorite. And
Roasted what?
chestnuts.
Oh, chestnuts.
You know, we roast them. There's a gentleman that sells them in a paper cup, and they're just so much fun to peel and eat. I feel like a child again.
Right. All kinds of clothing, gentlemen's clothing, commoners' clothing. You can find merchant styles.
Yes.
We have a wonderful time, and as I said, you've got us peelers there to make sure everything's on the straight and narrow, but you've got to look out for some of the lower class. I have to admit.
You mean you have some like Artful Dodgers for real?
Oh, the Dodger is around.
yes.
Absolutely.
Gotta watch out for
And
him.
Oliver's there.
Some of Fagan's boys are out. You got to watch for them as well.
Bill Sykes just gives me the willies. You see it?
Well, he's someone we don't approach by ourselves. Mr. Sykes is a gentleman of renown, as it were.
Yes.
But he's luckily on the other part of London. I don't go down there. It's just, there's a dance hall and there's wild girls that dance with their skirts over their heads. I feel faint. And they kick their, like they do in France, you know. It's just so shocking. But I do go there. They have a lovely Cockney church on Sundays.
Mr. Constable, could you please tell our audience what part of London you patrol?
Oh, well, ours is the East End, Whitechapel area. There are many areas, and usually you could tell by our collars. I'm not wearing the collar numbers right now, but it would be easier to identify me if I were. It's a working class area, but it is becoming a little bit more gentrified. And so, especially during Christmas time, we get pulled from one area to the other to help patrol. So you can see us walking around, making sure everyone's on the up and up, and keeping an eye on those little nippers who might be interested in picking your pockets.
Yes, well, thank you for helping with that.
Right.
I really, hopefully you can show those little nippers a better way of life.
That would be our goal.
Yes, it's
Now,
really
what are the
amazing.
dates again that our viewers can visit the Dickens Fair?
Well, starting in November, the weekend before your holiday, Thanksgiving, and then the weekend of Thanksgiving, and the day after your Thanksgiving, that Friday.
Friday,
that you have,
yes, every time other it's Saturday and Sunday.
and then every other Saturday and Sunday thereafter, up until Christmas.
Well, no, not till Christmas, sir. The 20th.
Prior to.
The Sunday
Prior
before
to.
Christmas.
Now
For
tell me,
Holy
what
Week.
is your favorite part of the fair?
Oh my. I do love having a cup of tea at Cuthbert's. And when it's very cold, because it is Christmas Eve,
Yes.
I do like to have a little warm toddy at the ale house. There's a green band, which Bohemian, I've never been down there, but I've heard that they have a little more fortifying absinthe and gin down there, but I would never have that. But I think the tea house and the shopping is my favorite. The meat pies, the roasted chestnuts.
Oh, I love the meat pies.
Yes, they're breathtaking.
They sound delicious.
But there's just not one bad thing about it.
No.
Well, we live there. Of course, we're precious and kind of opinionated about where you live.
I enjoy the Albert Victoria Hall. There are lots of interesting shows there. You can see dramas, melodramas, opera. It's just a wonderful place.
They had a Pinocchio last year for the children, and opera. And yes, don't ever take your tuppence and give it to the lady in front of St. Paul's, because she'll just have you buy birdseed.
Speaking of which, I have tuppence here for you.
Why, thank you.
She could
Not
buy
a
paper
problem.
and string and make a kite.
She could, yes. Don't give it to that little old lady. She's
No.
just going to sell it, give you birdseed for it.
And then more birds in front of St.
More
Paul's.
birds are just flying rats is
Then
all
she'll
they
start
is.
singing and everything. It's just
Feed the birds. I don't think so.
So you really
No.
don't want to get her to start singing.
we don't need any more birds.
It's
in
not
there.
recommended.
No.
No.
I would recommend take your tuppence and go down and get some roasted chestnuts.
Right.
Oh, I think that would be the proper thing to
Or
do.
they do have Turkish coffee too. Remember that place down?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, just very refreshing.
Now, let's say one of our audience members would be interested in participating in the Dickens Fair. How can they get involved?
I would suggest they get on a computer and go to www.dickensfair.com/volunteer and follow the links. If they were interested in participating, such as we do, then that would be the way to do it.
Of course, it's kind of, wow, they had computers back in the 1850s
Well,
London?
that's one of your modern inventions.
A lady invented the computer card back then.
Well, that's
Lord
true.
Byron's illegitimate daughter. She told me all about it. They originally used the cards to make lace, but then they made the computers. However, the nice part is we're all volunteers there. There's nobody paid.
Well, that sounds great.
But they still have the opportunity to come play.
And we're also open to the community. Community singers and players come and perform.
Yes, high schoolers.
We have Morris dancers come. So we are open to the community and welcome them.
And we go out to the community and do parades and presentations, tree lightings. But the training starts October 31st in Pacifica if they want
year?
to. Yes, if they want to come play.
Do you participate in other fairs?
Well, yes, currently I do live in the 16th century in the Renaissance Fair at Casa de Fruta. I teach handcrafts, embroidery, knitting, weaving, Venetian masks.
A little bit of everything.
Well, I'm very versatile, Mr. Garland says.
And I'm there as an author, and I try to get people to come in.
Well, thank you for coming and being on our show tonight. And we really appreciate all the wonderful information that you've given us about the Dickens Fair. Once again, this is Bob and Dwan Zaroon, and they came as characters from the Charles Dickens Great Fair, which will be at the Cow Palace.
Thank you, Ms.
Yes. God bless you.
And let's pretend to be talking.